at the main screen to turn on the oven, you just press this main power button there, and the oven will start preheating. You'll see the current temperature, the set point temperature, and you will see you now have preset, manual, and a new power button in the bottom left. If you press the power button, you will get a screen to either turn off the oven by pressing yes, in case it will go to cool down, or off at below 200 degrees, or you can hit no to continue on. That will prevent erroneous power button presses. Now you can let the oven preheat, it'll start doing its thing, and once it reaches set point temperature, it will switch to either the preset or the manual screen, whichever you had it last. So if we just switch beforehand, we can start messing with the settings before it actually shows up. We can press the I button in the top left to see the actual temperature and the heat effort percentage. You can see in the top left we're logged in as a manager, which means that we are able to change the blower percentages. If we log out, we are no longer able to change the blower percentages until we log in again, which you can do from the top left or by hitting the settings page. Now you can see in your temperature, you're able to change it with these plus or minus 5 degree buttons. In Celsius, it is plus or minus 1 degree Celsius. You're also able to change the belt speed. You can press and hold for longer, larger changes, or you can tap for smaller changes. You can also go into the preset screen. Here you are able to select presets from a list that will have the oven settings and the belt times. Right now there are none. If you press the pencil icon, you can create a preset. So right there is the plus preset button. So we're going to create a test preset. So you name it, press the enter to confirm the entry. So you name it, press the enter to confirm the entry. You can set a time, or a temperature I mean. Press enter to confirm. Your left blower percentage, your right blower percentage, and your belt speed. Press enter to confirm, and then save. You can add a graphic to represent test, or your preset, or you can skip. If you add a graphic, there are presets that come in, some images, icons, or you can use USB or the cloud to also load images. If you select an icon, such as, like if we select pizza, you're able to change the background color. So we'll do an orange pizza for this one. You can add specific menu items. These are only references. So if you have a bunch of menu items that can all be cooked at these settings, you can add them in here to indicate what menu items are cooked under this preset. So again, these are reference only. They do not have any functionality beyond reference. All right, we'll hit done. Now you can see we have one of our presets here. If you tap on it in the edit preset screen, you can see your temperature and blower percentages there, and each preset that matches those cavity settings will show up here. So if we create another preset, we're going to name this test 2. We're going to set it to the same temperature and blower settings as the other preset. And then we're going to set a different bell speed. Let's do 6 minutes. So we save that. We're going to create a graphic. We're going to do that one. We're going to skip menu items. And now you can see under that preset grouping here, with 450 degrees Fahrenheit as the temperature, 70% for the left blower, 75% for the right blower. If we click on that, we can see both of our presets that match those. And you can see by hitting the edit icon, you can add the name, the image, the menu items or the cook settings where you can delete the preset. So if we'll create one more preset, we're going to call this test 3. We're going to keep a 500 degree temperature value. These blower settings, we're going to keep that all the same. It's just for reference. We're going to use a graphic of that. Skip menu items. So now we have two different cavity setting groupings. You can see there the two icons that are the first one, which are the two presets that match those cavity settings, and then the one below. This will become very relevant for split belt applications. We can hit the X button to go back. Now if we select a preset, you can see test 1 and test 2 are grouped together because they have the same cavity settings. Test 3 is grouped separately. So if we select test 1, the cavity settings will change. And since we are close enough to that temperature value, we have now dropped into idle. And you can see the oven is modulating. So now if we change the preset to one that has the same cavity settings, it will just change, and you can see your belt speed there went from 440 to 6 minutes. You can change it back. It'll go from 6 to 4 minutes 40 seconds. In the bottom left here. And then we can change to a completely different preset as well. When we try to select a preset that is not compatible, we will get this warning. So we can either cancel to keep going with our current settings, or we can continue with change, and then the oven will continue with those new settings. Right, when you're ready to turn off the oven, you have to, if you just very quickly tap the power button, it won't work. So you hold it for just like a few hundred milliseconds. This screen will come up, so you can turn off the oven. Press no, it will continue cooking. If you hit yes, it will go to the cool down screen, and you can see the set point temperature is 200 degrees. That means once the oven drops below 200 degrees, the blowers will turn off. The oven will go to the standby state.